Respected panelists, speakers, and dear listeners, my topic is foraging behavior and territoriality in Eurasian magpie, Pica pica bacteriana in Ladakh, India. My co-authors are Dr. Anil Kumar and Professor Dinesh Bhatt. Background: Ladakh is the high altitude cold desert in India, characterized by northwestern Himalayan alpine shrubs and meadows, and inhabited by a number of peculiar faunal elements. Eurasian magpie is an ecologically important avian species of Ladakh, India. However, information is scanty on the foraging and sociobiology of the species from Ladakh. If you talk about the species, this species belongs to order Passeriformis and family Corvidae, and it's a medium-sized bird which is omnivore in nature. They are monomorphic, which means the male and female are of similar plumage. They are monogamous. They strictly paired with one, and widely distributed, found across Asia and Europe. And this species is only found in India's Ladakh area in Indian territory. As you guys can see, the map of Eurasian magpie, which shows the distribution map of Eurasian magpie in Ladakh region. If we talk about the methodology for foraging behavior, the foraging observation were carried out in three study sites, namely Gramthang, Wakha, and Goshen of Kargil district of Ladakh during April 2019 to January 2021. Foraging observations were periodic. Adults and subadults were considered for foraging observation, and species were observed at different times of the day. If you talk about the territorial behavior, for territory mapping, 25 pairs were studied in their natural habitat in two study sites of Gramthang. That is Gramthang, we have taken 15 pairs, and at Wakha, we have taken 10 pairs from March 2019 to May 2021. And individuals were captured using bait traps and ring it with different combination of colored plastic rings for individual identity. Every focal individual breeding pairs were observed periodically with safe distance using field binoculars or naked eye as appropriate. And following are the map which shows the study sites at Kargil region of Ladakh, which is for foraging, we have taken three sites, and for territorial behavior, we have taken two sites, which is Gramthang and Wakha. And following are some of the food consumption graph of Eurasian magpie along the season for last 2 years. So it shows that majority of the food intake of the Eurasian magpie are food waste which has been formed by anthropogenic food waste, which includes scraps, and leftover foods and all. Territorial behavior of magpie. Magpie were highly social in non-breeding seasons and often seen in huge flocks at communal roosting grounds during winter. In summer, during breeding period, they established a small territories to guard the nest, and territory size ranges from minimum 0.94 to maximum 10.49 hectares with considerable overlapping. And for territory advertisement, male frequently use some vocalizations. And here are some of the territories which has been marked at two sides of Kargil, which is Gramthang and Wakha. And we can see there are some kind of overlappings in between some of the nest of the Eurasian magpie. Conclusions and finding of the study, we had find a significant relationship between the foraging ecology and territorial behavior of Eurasian magpie, as majority of the food intake of magpie is human food wastage, which is 32.76%. So the territory size of magpie near the constructed or urban area were small compared to the non-urban areas were large. And similar finding which has been found in China by author Wong et al. They have seen the similar finding as the magpie nest in the urban areas were small compared to the non-urban areas. And breeding season in magpie was intimately tied with distribution and abundance of food resources, which has been said by Hassel in and he had studied in some other avian species. And Eurasian magpie serves as keystone scavenging species in whole Ladakh ecosystem based on their abundance and foraging ecology of the species. With this note, I would like to thank Ministry of Tribal Affairs for my PhD fellowship and lab affiliated Zoological Survey of India, Northern Regional Center, Dehradun, and Department of Zoology and Environmental Science, Haridwar. And here is some of our published articles on breeding biology of Eurasian magpie, Pica pica bacteriana in Kargil region of Ladakh. And with this note, I would like to thank each and everyone for being so patient, and thank you so much for listening.